With Season 14 almost upon us, we have a ton of item changes. Not only are they bringing in a load of new items to drastically change the meta, but they're also removing a massive amount of items. Starting with Mage Items, we lose Crown of the Shattered Queen, Everfrost, Demonic Embrace, Night Harvester, Ludens, and Stopwatch. Out of these options, Crown of the Shattered Queen isn't going to be too missed. Apart from pros building it and the occasional weird build on like an Ezreal or Twitch, it's just not that used. However, losing Everfrost will be a blow to champions who currently utilize it, as none of the new items are going to replace the additional CC this grants you. Demonic Embrace is also another decent blow, and will mostly be missed by tanky champions who can abuse this item to also deal tons of damage like Zac and Amumu. Night Harvester has always been more of a niche option, so won't be too badly missed. And Luden's Tempest, where it has been a staple in the game for a long time now, it is more or less being replaced by the new Luden's Companion that's coming out. And losing Stopwatch would be a decent blow to many champions, except for they've now moved this passive onto the new Seeker's Arm Guard, so you still have access to your earlier Stopwatch, and it even comes with stats. For Assassin items, we're losing Duskblade and Prowler's Claw. These both make a lot of sense as they've had a particularly difficult time balancing these items. However, Assassins are getting 4 new Assassin items as well as a remake of Serelda's Grudge, so Assassin players will still have a ton of options but nothing that keeps them quite as safe as Duskblade. As for tank items, we lose Chem Tank, Radiant Virtue, Even Shroud, and Gargoyles. Chem Tank won't be that missed, there's other better options and also new magic resist items. As for Radiant Virtue and Even Shroud, these are more supporting choices. However, supports are getting a new variety of items, so these won't be too missed. Gargoyles once again is a great late game option, but once again can be replaced easily. As for Enchanter items, we're losing Chemtech Putrefier. This will only really affect the game in the games where your support needs to buy the heal reduction, and in these cases they'll simply have to buy another one of the many choices. As for fighter items, we're losing Gore Drinker, Divine Sunderer, and Silvermere Dawn. Gore Drinker has been an incredibly strong item for a long time now, and it looks like there's not going to be any bruisery item which is also going to grant lifesteal. So if you play bruiser champions that also rely on lifesteal, you may end up buying 2 items with a Stridebreaker and Rav Hydra, for example. And of course, the removal of Divine Sunderer is something the community has been looking for quite some time now. This is somewhat being replaced by the new Sundered Sky item. However, of course, Triforce still exists if you want the Sheen passive. And the removal of Silvermere Dawn I don't think is anything that's going to concern anyone. It is remarkably rare that anyone ever bought this item over Mercurial Scimitar, so good riddance. And the final item being removed from the game is the Marksman item Gale Force. With the dashes of Prowler's Claw and Stridebreaker being removed from the game, it was only a matter of time before Gale Force probably got the same treatment, with Rocket Belt being the only item left in the game that also grants you a dash. There's no other way to say it than this is going to be a blow to those ADCs. Every time you're up against multiple assassins, you won't be able to buy this item to help you out, and all you can do is hope that your support has got a champion with a good amount of peel, rather than the 0-7 Shaco support that was gifted to you by the Riot Gods themselves. So there we have it, a ton of items being removed from the game. However, for a very old school player like me, it does seem like they're simply removing a lot of the newer items they've brought out anyway, and it will be incredibly interesting to see the new meta without all of these items as a part of it.